Yes, hopefully now it will work in good manner. Yes. So here I am introducing the new term random variable. So till now, whatever you have, whatever you know, that is the how to compute the probability corresponding to events, and you have the idea of the events and sample space. So sample space can be the numerical, can be the non-numerical. So we are extending from that. So here, do you have the idea of the variable? Variable can be the any quantity that may assume any one of the set of value. And random variable is what? Random variable whose observed value be determined by the chance, right? It is the variable. It is the variable whose value be determined through the chance. So in any random experiment, we may have the numerical and non-numerical outcomes. For example, when we are tossing a coin, we have the outcomes head and tail. It is the non-numerical. When we are rolling a die, then we have the outcome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is the numerical. So when we are tossing a coin, results are the head and tail. So that head and tail you cannot use directly for any experiment. So to use in particular experiment, we have to write the head and tail as a numerical value. So random variable helps in that. So instead of dealing the non-numerical value, we can assign say 1 for the head or 0 for the tail. So mapping from the original sample space, whether the numerical or non-numerical, to the numerical, a real sample space subjected to certain constraint is called the random variable. So random variable is nothing. It is the function. Random variable is nothing. We denote it by the capital English letter. It is the function from the sample space. Sample space can be numerical, can be non-numerical, to any numerical value, to any real number. So it is the mapping from sample space to real number. So random variable is the real valued function. Real valued function means image is the real value. Real valued function which maps the numerical and non-numerical sample space domain of the random experiment to real value codomain or the range. For example, we have the sample space S. Here we have the head and tail. So instead of the now with the mapping X, I can write it as a 1 comma 0. What it implies? X of H is equal to 1, X of tail is equal to 0. So it should be mapped such that the outcome of the event should be correspond to only one real value. So here the mapping should be like that. The outcome corresponding to the event should be unique real value. Some of you are not. I believe that some of you are not hacking the system, because automatically it is closed. Automatically it is not sharing. All these things happening.
No, sir, we are not doing that.
Sir, I don't think we can hack your screen as such.
सर सीपी
No,
तो पास हो नहीं रही हैकिंग हाउ कैन वी हैक
Chalo.
Sir, I think there's something wrong with your whatever this you're
यस
using.
सर सर वो स्लीप मोड पे तो चला जा रहा होगा.
अरे
Sir,
sleep mode
try
में क्या
closing
मैं
other apps.
I'm continuously touching the screen. How it can go to in sleep mode?
Sir, someone in your neighborhood is hacking.
मुझे से नहीं होगा.
So characteristic of the random variable. The random variable is the real valued function that I have told you, which maps the numerical and non-numerical sample space to the real value, right, domain and range. It should be mapped such that an outcome of an event should correspond to only one real value. For example, this I have told you. For example, we assign the 1 to the head and 0 to the tail. The function can be 1 to 1 or many to 1, but never be the 1 to many. This random variable function can be always 1 to 1, many to 1, but cannot be the 1 to many. So here, definition of the random variable: if E be the random experiment, and correspondingly we have the sample space S, so we define our function x assigned to every element of S, a real number. So axis is called the random variable. This x is called the random variable, and we denote it by the English capital letter. So actually, what we have studied till now, we have studied the probability of event. Right? Till now, we have studied the probability of event. Now we are assigning the numerical value to each event. So let the axis is equal to A. So in probability of axis is equal to A. So it means we are assigning the random variable a particular value A. So this A is what? A real value. X A is the real value. So corresponding to non-numerical value or events, we are assigning the real value so that we can use in further experiment. So for a given sample space, some experiment, a random variable is any rule that associates the number with each outcome in S. So each outcome, for example, when we are rolling die for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we will assign some number. It is already in number. Means for the head and tail of for the playing cards, right? For the playing cards, when we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 ace, king, queen, jack, so we have to assign the number 10, 11, 12, 13, right? So that number we have to assign. So in mathematical language, random variable is a function whose domain is sample space. Means nothing we are doing special, just we are converting the non-numerical to the numerical. Means we are generating the numerical sample space instead of the non-numerical sample space. We are generating the numerical sample space. So we have the simple sample space. So from that, with the help of the x function, we generate the numerical sample space. So let us have this example. When experiment is what? Tossing a coin. We know that sample space is what? Head and tail. Then we assign the real number corresponding to h as a 1, corresponding to tail as a 0. So now instead of the head and tail, we take the sample space S as a 0 and 1. So when we have the two possible outcomes only, like 0 and 1, that type of the random variable is known as the Bernoulli random variable. There are many experiments where we have only the two results: true, false, up and down, right, black and white, these type of the results. So those type of the random variable is known as the Bernoulli random variable. Now let us have, depending over the experiment, depending over the observation, we can have the different random variables. For example, suppose that we toss the 2 coins. So when we toss the 2 coins and consider the sample space associated with the corresponding S is equal to HH, HT, TH, TT. Define the random variable X as follows: number of heads obtained in the 2 tosses. So number of heads obtained in 2 tosses. So X can take the value 0. X can take the value 0. X can take the value 1. X can take the value 2. So in this, what is the sample point? It is the TT. In this, what is the sample point? It is the HT or TH. What in this, what is the sample point? Here we have the head. So depending over the observation, we can define the various type of the random variable, right? So here the random variable take the value 0, 1, 2. Corresponding sample points are TT, HT, TH or HH. So actually we are taking the sample point from the sample space only. From the sample space only. Just for the different combination, we are assigning the different real value. That is the role of the random variable. So here the X is nothing, it is the random variable. So what is the mapping? X of HH is equal to 2, X of TT is equal to 0, X of TH is equal to 1, X of HT is equal to 1. So here you can see either we have the 1, 1 or many to 1, but never we have the 1 to many. So now we have the two type of the random variable. First one is the discrete, another one is the continuous random variable. So let us from the example try to understand what is the discrete, what is the continuous. So let X denote the random variable that defined as the sum of the two fair die. When we are rolling a two fair die, what is the sum? So it can be the 2 when we have the outcome 1, 1. It can be 3 when we have the outcome 2, 1, 1, 2. It can be 4 when we have the outcome either 2, 2 or 3, 1 or 1, 3. And corresponding probabilities from the event, you know, the probabilities are 1 by 36, 2 by 36, 3 by 36. Similarly, for the X is equal to 12, we have the 6, 6. So corresponding probability is the 1 by 36. So either you compute the probability through the random variable or through the event. We are computing the same thing. Actually, we are always we have to compute the probability from the event only. Just to ease our calculation, our representation, we write, we change, we write in terms of the random variable, just to ease our representation. Otherwise, we are computing the probability for the events only. So in this case, we can see either sum of the probability is equal to 1, we know. So either you compute through the event, means sum of means union of all events, or you compute the from the summation. N is equal to 2 to 12, X take the value N, either the 2, 3, 4, 12, right, like this. So sum of the probability is equal to 1. That you can justify from here also. So you have the enough idea, right? So I'm not going in detail of this. So in this you can see the sample points in the sample space or in the numerical sample space are countable, right? They are the finite. First, they are the finite. It is the 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12. So this is the finite. Just you concentrate on the word finite. Then after we have the example 2. Suppose that our experiment consisting of the tossing of two fair coin, letting y denote number of the heads appearing on it. So probability of y is equal to 0. Either you compute through the random variable or through the event. It will give you 1 by 4. Probability of y is equal to 1. So it will be the 2 by 4. Probability of y is equal to 2. It will is the 1 by 4. So you can see sum of all probability is equal to 1. Right. So again here the y can take the finite values 0, 1, 2. I am again repeating the finite values. Then after in the example 3, suppose that we toss a coin having the probability p of coming up heads until the first head appears. So you have to repeat the experiment number of times until you got the head. Letting n denotes number of flips required. Then assuming that the outcome of the successful flip are independent and n is random variable. So in this case, if you are very lucky, when we are saying that n is equal to 1, it means outcome is what? Head. When you are saying that n is equal to 2, means 2 flips. First result is tail, second result is the head. You have to repeat the experiment until and unless there is a head. When we have the n is equal to 3, it means first two tosses result are tail, and for the third one it is the head. When n is equal to 4, it will become the t. Similarly, if n is equal to n, it will become the t, and last one is the h. Means here we have the n minus 1 times. And it is given to you the probability of getting the head is the p. Probability of getting the head is the p. So if you have to compute the probability of n is equal to 1, it means probability of head will become the p. If you have to compute the probability of head n is equal to 2, so it is the probability of tail and head. So in the first, because all the flips are independent, so just now you have seen how we can write for the independency. So first one is the failure, second one is the success. If you have to compute the probability of for n is equal to 3, so probability of TTH, so 2 time failure, and third time success. When we have to compute the probability of n is equal to 4, so it will be the probability of TTH, and we can write 1 minus p to power cube into p. Similarly, if we have the probability of n, so this will give you probability of TTH, and it will give you 1 minus p to power n minus 1 into p. Can this n be, if you are unlucky, can this n be fixed or finite? No, it cannot be finite. You can extend up to the infinite, but you can count. So when we have such thing, we say that is the countable infinite. We can count, but up to the infinite. So here, earlier two examples were of the finite, and here we have the countable infinite. So here the n can take, n can take the value 1, 2, 3, and so on. So this is an example of the countable infinite. So same thing here we have explained. This part I will tell you when I will introduce the geometric distribution. So here also the sum of all probability is equal to 1. That is only the thing here.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, can you explain this concept of countable infinite?
Countable infinite means anything we can count, but but number of counts are not finite. That is the countable infinite. Means if you are unlucky, never you will get the head. But these things you can count. That is the countable infinite. Right? For example, number of trees in the world. So you can count. They are the discrete in nature. Just wait a bit, then I think that will clear to you. Just wait for the another example. Then it will clear to you what is the countable infinite and what is the uncountable infinite.
So, sir, if we are to consider the case when there is no head coming, I mean, if we do 1 minus the case when no head comes, means all are tail. If that, is it possible? Because you just said ki countable infinity hai, so it will go on and on. So will it give the same answer?
Yes. Means I'm saying that you are saying that when we add all the probabilities, right? N is equal to 1 to infinity 1 minus p to power n into p, so n minus 1 into p, that will give you the result 1.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That will give the result. That is only here it is written that you have to verify this.
Okay, sir.
Here what I am saying that when we have the countable infinite, it means summation n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 minus p to power n minus 1. Just wait. Summation n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 minus p to power n minus 1 into p. So p we can take common. Inside we have the summation n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 minus p to power n minus 1. So p is common, right? This can be written as when n is equal to 1, it is the 1, right? When n is equal to 2, it is 1 minus p. When n is equal to 3, it is 1 minus p square. When n is equal to 4, it is the q3, so 1 minus p q and so on. We have the infinite series. So this is the infinite geometric series. Infinite geometric series with common ratio 1 minus p, right? With common ratio 1 minus p, and first term is equal to 1. So what is the sum of infinite geometric series? It is the 1 minus r, right? So 1 minus r, right? So this will give you p, and 1 cancel out. So it is the 1 upon p. So that is the 1. So sum of all probability is equal to 1. Clear? So that is the countable infinite.
The weighted
Then-
probability will be also 1.
Pardon?
Weighted probability will also be 1. Na?
Which probability?
Weighted matlab a random variable multiplied by the respective probability.
No,
If we
no.
add all of them, that will be 1.
No. That is the that you are saying that is the expectation. Expectation is not a 1. That is called the expectation, not a weighted probability. When I will introduce the expectation, then you can ask at that part. Let us have another example. A random variable x, the number of brown-eyed children. So brown-eyed children in a family can be either the zero child, 1 child, or the 2 children we can have. So it is the finite. We can count finite. But when we have the example, let the set y, the number of cells exposed to obtain the first fusion reaction. So it can be the 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, and so on. So this is the example of the countable infinite. Now, when we have, let T denote the time of peak demand for electricity at the power plant is different from the others. So T denote the time of peak demand. Time of peak demand can be at the 1 o'clock. It can be at the 1 o'clock or 20 minutes, right? It can be at the 1 hour 20 minute and 33 second. It can be the 44 nanosecond, and it can be anything. Means just exactly the peak demand time you cannot measure. You can say that peak demand is in the particular interval, but at the particular point of time you cannot measure that at this time we have the peak demand. So let T be the time of the peak demand for the electricity at the power plant is different from the others. Time is measured continuously. So you have to measure the time as an interval in continuous. So in the continuous, we have the infinitely many points. In infinitely many points. So measure continuously, and T can be conceivably assume any value in the interval 0 to 24. 0 of the first day and midnight 12 of the another day. So in this case, the set of the real numbers is neither finite nor countable infinite. So that is not a discrete. First two are the discrete, and this one is not a discrete. Here we can write that peak can be in the particular interval, means 6 to 7. That we can say, but we cannot say it is at the 6 hour 30 minute and 34 second. That we cannot say. Particular point we cannot say. So that is come under the uncountable infinite. We means in the particular interval we have the infinitely many uncountable points. So random variable denoting the lifetime of the car. Lifetime. What is the lifetime of the car? It can be 10 years. It can be the 10 years 1 hour. It can be the 10 years 1 hour 2 minutes. It can be the 1 hour 1 year 2 hour 1 minute 33 seconds. It can be anything. You cannot strictly say that that is the lifetime of the car. You can say lifetime of the car is in the particular interval. Never you can measure the time explicitly. Generally हम कहते हैं ना कि अंदाजन इतने बजे हुआ. That is the point. So here we have the two terms. Just I am closing. Here we have the two terms: discrete random variable and continuous random variable. Discrete random variable is what? It is the mapping of a sample point, non-numerical sample point to the numerical sample point, numerical sample space. So in the case of the discrete, when we have the finite or countable infinite sample point in the sample space, then it is a discrete random variable. If there is no finite, no countable infinite sample point in the sample space, then it is the continuous random variable. So for example, time, length, area, volume, all these random variables come under the continuous. So possible values are finite or countable infinite. They can be arranged as a finite or infinite sequence. For example, when we are rolling a die, we can write in a sequence of ascending or descending. When we have the deck of the cards, then we can arrange them in a ascending or descending order. But for the continuous, you cannot arrange them in a sequence, ascending or descending sequence, and all possible values from an interval of the positive level. So if we have such thing, then we assume it is a continuous random variable. So in next class, we continue what is the continuous, discrete and continuous random variable. So this chapter dedicated for the discrete random variable.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.